And our friend Charles Coleman joins me right now. Charles is also a former Brooklyn, New York prosecutor and host of the Charles Coleman podcast. So here's the question, my friend. What did you gather from these conversations about how having Vice President Harris at the top of the ticket is going to influence their vote?
Well, Alex, I think the easiest thing that I can say that I took from these discussions is that we are not a monolith. I think that this intergenerational conversation that I was able to have really invited a bunch of different perspectives about what the enthusiasm has been since Kamala Harris has entered the race for president, and then also for some people, how it hasn't changed. I heard from young people who talked about their issues and what they're most concerned about, not necessarily being wowed by the significance of Kamala Harris as a Black woman, because their frame of reference for the presidency is President Obama. So they've had a Black president. I've talked to older people who talked about the fact that regardless of who is in office, they're concerned about things like Social Security and the price of prescription drugs. But one of the things that I learned was that there is a sense of pressure from some people to just get on the bandwagon, regardless of what she's talking about, because of the fact that she is a Black woman. And I thought that was a very interesting dynamic. So let's listen to this side and where I get some information from one of the people I'm talking to.
How much pressure, if any, do you feel to make the commitment and engage the conversation or the support for Kamala Harris from community before you've heard anything in terms of what her platform is?
Rather significantly. Being an HBCU alum and D9 member, we've already seen that push and that call for all of us to rally behind her. She already had my vote based on, and we had this conversation early in the year, the Biden administration actually campaigned on forgiving student loans, and they forgave my wives. That was a direct benefit for me. So they had my vote solidified on that. But I do feel like the symbolism of the moment does urge us a little bit more, even without hearing the platform, to be behind it.
It's kind of double for me personally, because it's kind of like you're almost a villain if you have a question, right? It's almost like, you're anti something because you question something. And politically, because it's such a finite timetable of when you have to make a decision, it doesn't leave room to have a real in-depth conversation. You're almost put in a place where you have to just say, come on, let's go. And it's like, come on, let's go with what, right? And then when you're halfway down the road and you feel like wait a minute, I shouldn't be part of this bandwagon. Are you anti because you want to back off now? Or let me out the car. You know what I'm saying? How you looked at now, you know what I mean? So it's rough.
That's a Boys and Hoods reference for people who didn't catch it. There are a lot of people who are skeptical about the following question, and I want a yes or no from each of you. Do you think she can win?
Yes. I think it's going to be difficult. I wanted to, but I don't think so.
I think she can win. It depends on the strategy her campaign manager takes. I think she can win, but I think we got to get the young people involved. We got to get the young people's vote. And how do you engage those people? How do they strategize to get that vote from them?
I think she's going to win. I think she can win, but I think she's a more compelling candidate than Donald Trump is, so I think she can win.
So for me, right, here's why I say I don't think so. Everything that we've seen in the realm of American politics since 2016 till now has been because we had a Black man in office. So he won 2 consecutive terms, and as Kurt said earlier, when we were having a conversation, and we paid 3 times much hell since then. Now to up the ante with a Black woman in office, I just think it's going to be hard. So I hope I'm wrong.
So as you can see, Alex, a lot of ground covered there, a lot of different perspectives and opinions, but Black men are very much so a part of this conversation, and it's going to be interesting as we head to November to see where this discussion goes.
Yeah, but you know what? You're 100% right off the top when you said you're not a monolithic group. Absolutely. So I appreciate the diversity of conversation there. Thank you so much, my friend. Good to see you, Charles.